Hello, my name is Gail Marchio, and I'm the Director of Wellness Initiatives for Friends Life Care. We are at this point about 6-7 months into the pandemic, and a lot of us have had our resilience tested a bit. A lot of us have had a lot of disappointments. We've had to change our lifestyle. We've had to miss events that are important to us and not see people that we want to see. And this is a time when our resilience muscle can really come in handy. So I thought maybe I would just talk a little bit about resilience today and how we can build that resilience muscle up. So the first thing is with resilience is recognize that bad things happen to everybody. You're not the only one, as you know, going through this, but we all have loss, we all have disappointment, we all have grief that occurs in life. And it's not what happens to us, but it's how we react to what happens to us that matters. And just realizing that you're not alone in your suffering sometimes can be very, very beneficial. Also, you want to carefully choose where you put your attention. Evolutionary-wise, our brains are wired to focus more on the negative experiences. We kind of think of it as our brains are like Velcro for negative experiences and like Teflon for positive experiences. And this is because that helped with our survival back in caveman days, because it was much more important to remember that fire would burn you than that a flower smelled really, really nice. So it helped us stay alive by being aware of the threats. Unfortunately, our brain still focuses on the negative things, so we have to consciously bring ourselves back to the positive. So we want to focus on what is good in life, and we don't want to lose what we have in the moment because we're so focused on what we lost. And realizing that the past no longer exists, it only exists in our mind, and we don't know if the future is ever even going to be here. The only thing we have is the present moment. So some of you may have taken some of our mindfulness courses or be familiar with mindfulness yourself, but mindfulness is all about being in the present moment. So when you bring yourself into the present moment, most likely, if you just think about where you are right now, you're safe. You're not in any kind of danger. In the present moment, we are safe, and we just ground ourselves into what is actually happening. I heard a wonderful saying one time that somebody said, oh, anxiety, worry really works for me because 99% of the things I worry about never happen. And for most of us, our worries about the future kind of are right there. So again, don't lose what you have now because of being focused on what you've lost. So we want to consciously look for things to be grateful for, because what we focus on is what we see. I don't know if you've ever had the experience of thinking about getting a new car, or actually getting a new car, and then all of a sudden, every time you're driving, you notice there's cars everywhere, whereas in the past, you didn't even notice them, but you're noticing them now because you're focusing on them. And it's the same way with our experiences of life. If we focus on the positive ones, we notice the positive ones. If we focus on the negative ones, we're more likely to notice the negative ones. And research has actually shown this to be the case, that gratitude is a very, very important part of good mental health and happiness. So basically, it's a very simple practice, is to just focus on 3 things a day that you're grateful for. And not only the 3 things that you're grateful for, but why you're grateful for them. You know, I'm grateful for this beautiful fall day because it makes me feel so alive and like a fresh start. So just an example like that, I'm grateful for this delicious meal that sustains my body and keeps me healthy. So you can think, and the person that cooked it for me, I'm grateful for him or her. So, or yourself for being able to cook. So there's so many different things that that we can be grateful for, and so we have to really focus on that. So try staying in the present moment and focusing on the things that you have to be grateful for. Another thing that's important with resilience is to ask yourself the question, is what I'm doing helping me or is it harming me? So are my behaviors, are my thoughts helping me? Are they moving me in the direction that I'd like to move into, or am I going the opposite direction? So, to ask yourself questions, and actually this is a really good exercise to write down, because sometimes when you write the answers down, you can see things a little bit more clearly. But you can ask yourself, the situation that you're going through is, how can I view this differently? How can I look at this in a positive way? And then ask yourself, what is it that I really want? And by asking yourself what you really want, it takes the focus off of what you don't want. So you kind of like looking ahead, like, you know, how would I like this to look? And then the next question would be, what opportunities are available right now that will help me get where I'd like to be? And then once you've done all those, you can write an intention for yourself of how you would like to move forward from here. So resilience is really a mindset, and it's work. You have to work just like you have to work to build up your physical body. You also have to work to build up your resilience muscle. So, looking for positive things, staying in the present moment, realizing that everyone suffers so at some point in life, and understanding that our thoughts are really, really important, are extremely important things to remember. Because remember, between every situation that happens to us and our response to it, we have our thoughts. So if we can really work on looking at our thoughts and moving our thoughts in the direction that will be more helpful to us, that will make a big difference. So good luck building your resilience muscle, and have a lovely day.